so nervous right now.
I'm not sure what to
I'm
do
so
with my
nervous.
hands.
If I grab you, don't flinch.
Let me just hold on. Why are you touching me, bro? That's funny, bro.
Damn those mixed drinks.
What'd you get? Crown? No, you got crown
Apple with cranberry.
Crown apple with cranberry. It's the first time I hear that one.
Crown apple.
Crown apple.
Crown apple berry.
Crown apple.
Crown apple.
Crown apple.
Crown apple.
Oh wait, we're live, right?
Are we live?
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
Order.
JK.
Oh man, so we're live. We got Ronnie back on the mic.
Buenos tardes.
Ronnie's back
Buenos
co-hosting.
tardes.
We got Mr. Paco,
The bandana fanny pack wearing fisherman.
the fisherman.
Yeah, I heard you guys talking about that.
I want to see that on the business card. Can we please see that on the business card?
Please,
Let us.
please. How you doing? You want to introduce yourself to the people?
doing good, doing good. My name is Jason Medina, and I'm the owner of Jem Construction.
Yes, sir.
Nice, brother. Nice. That's a good one. All right.
Jason's been on, bro. Jason's been in the organization since the very beginning, right?
Yes.
So the J stands for Jason. What's the E and the
Congrats.
M stand
Hey,
for?
don't leave me hanging, doggy. Don't leave me hanging. That's badass, bro. We appreciate that. When we first started this thing, it's not easy to jump on board with an organization that you have no idea what it's supposed to do, right? And dude, Jason's been here. He's been to the meetings. He's always at the meetings.
Yeah.
Always with a good vibe. Always shaking people's hands. Like, you want to talk about working a network? That's how you work a network.
Yeah.
Anyway. Well, my job here is done, guys.
But you punched it in and I'm out.
And I'm out. JK. All right. Move
That's
forward.
funny.
I'm glad to have you on board, bro.
Appreciate that.
Yeah.
So the E and the M in JEM.
Well, my kids are all called Jem. We're the Jem family.
Oh, there you go.
Jason, E is for Edna, my wife, and then M, last name.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Very
Okay.
cool.
And everybody has those initials?
All my 4 kids have Jem as initials.
Oh, that's
Planned,
cool.
planned, I'm assuming, right? That didn't just happen. Yeah.
That's pretty crazy.
Yep. That's crazy. I have
How many kids you got?
I have 4.
Oh,
I have
shit.
twin girls that are in college, 19. And then
How old are you, bro?
I started young.
You look young.
37.
You look a little younger than me. Just a little bit.
Somebody do the math. If he's 37, his first kids were 19. You were
8. I was 8. I was single at 8, ready to mingle. Just kidding.
And I have a 12-year-old son and an 11-year-old daughter.
Very cool, bro.
Wow.
Congrats.
Appreciate it.
You got a full house during the holidays, huh?
Yes.
So you got your first 2 are in college?
Yes.
Cool.
They
What
graduated
college?
with your kid.
Oh,
But
really?
You went to Pioneer. We were at Rattlers.
Oh, okay. So Cannon graduated last year?
Yes.
Yeah? Okay. They graduated last year?
Yeah.
Sweet. Very cool.
One's in UTSA. The other one just came down from UIW.
Oh, Incarnate Word?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
I think it's
Badass.
too expensive. She came back down.
Yeah.
So
Está cabrón, güey. Shit.
two of them right away. No.
Yeah.
It's too expensive.
Yeah. We need you to sell a bunch of house man so you can pay for school.
Pretty much.
Keep building, bro. Keep
Yeah.
building. That's crazy, bro.
And what are they studying?
The one in UTSA is going to study to become a vet,
Okay.
and my other daughter is trying to be an attorney,
All right.
prosecutor.
Sweet. Yeah, that's good, man.
Yeah.
Congrats, bro.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a lot
Proud
of
dad
work.
moments, you know?
A lot of dad.
Yeah, that's really good.
That's crazy. So 2 daughters at once, huh?
Yeah,
Right?
completely different, too. One's saving lives and one's going to ruin them. Is it?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Depends how you see it.
It's all about balance.
Yeah.
It's all about balance.
It's that yin
That's the
yang.
twinsies. Of the yin. Yep, I was about to say the yin and the
Yeah,
yang.
the yin and the yang.
That's funny, bro. How is it? How is it letting go like that, man? How is it like, and it's time for them to go, get out of the house and go to college and
It was hard.
yeah?
It was hard. And, it's we're a family of 6, and right away 2 was gone. Like,
Oh, see? You lost half.
Is it still hard, though, or was it hard for the first couple of days and you got that much freedom back? So you're like, all right, 2 more to go now.
Hey, that wasn't bad.
Yeah, right.
We only got to get rid of 2 more.
I can go through this again.
They're what, 12, 11 and 12?
Yes.
Or 11 and 12. 6 more years.
6 more years.
Does it fly?
Hey, but they can start getting a job at 15, right?
Yes.
Yeah, 15.
Is that the rule nowadays? I was
Or
working
is
like
it
at
16?
10.
Yeah.
15.
Well, yeah. So was I, bro.
Right?
They're called child labor.
Yeah, I mean,
And be happy with the McDonald's.
Yeah. I want back pay, Dad.
I'm still trying to get mine, but it's not working.
if you're pushing a lawnmower, is that really considered work if you're a contract labor, or is it just, discipline? How do you?
A lot of discipline.
Yep.
Part of the culture down here is like you got to help the family, man, as a kid, especially in our industry. For some reason, I notice, like, I go to job sites, especially in the summer, and the stucco guy is gonna have his son out there, the framer is gonna have his son out there picking up hoses and helping out. Yeah, it's just kind of a thing down here in the valley, man. That's pretty common.
Well, that I've always been a firm believer in getting kids to work at a young age, because that instills work ethic in them at a very young age. They're not getting to be 16, 17, having never worked, and just growing up to figure that they get handouts all the time, man.
An appreciation for what their dads do,
Yeah.
and their parents, right? Not just dads, but their moms too. It's not easy, man, to raise a kid and put food on the table and pay for the house and the bills and all that stuff. I mean, it takes a lot of work, and the quicker the kids see that, it's only going to serve them better.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Sure.
Well, a lot of gratification comes from that too. When you're a kid and you're making $20, right? Then you can start to buy your own things. You can learn how to budget, manage money. There's a lot of important lessons that you can learn making money at a young age.
Or just blow it all.
Blow it all. Man. I got $20. Let me get some candy. Yeah.
I bought a bunch of chips.
and no judging the kids that do, bro.
Yeah,
like everybody has their own path at the end of the day, and some kids, they spend it.
Right now that you brought that up, Ronnie, you made me think of. I pulled up to one of my job sites and we were installing tile and whatnot. I see a kid run out of the house. What the fuck? I'm like, what the fuck is this kid doing? And he goes and gets one piece of tile and takes it inside. I'm like, what the fuck? I go inside. I'm like, is this your son? I told the tile guy. He's like, sí, güey, le estoy enseñando que es trabajo. Yeah. He's like, I'm trying to show him what work is. You're talking about a little kid, bro.
Yeah. That's why he's doing one tile piece at a time. That's all he can carry,
dude,
man.
I was like, man, that's super cool. Like, I mean, dude, that's how you learn, bro. That's how you learn to understand that, people have to really work to bring food to the table to actually make a living.
It's a natural progression, like a generational natural progression. If like, just to give you an example of my family, my grandfather was a carpenter, right? Then my dad moved to the United States and was a framer, and then became a builder, kind of towards late in life. And then, all his sons, my brothers, were all in the construction industry, right? Running a construction company. And then my son's going to school for engineering, right? So just a natural progression of generations based on just that, right?
Right.
The kid gets to know the business, and maybe he's not going to be tile setting. Maybe he's gonna have a crew, or maybe he's gonna own a tile company, right? But man, those lessons are valuable, bro. Especially as a kid, man, going and working with your pops.
Definitely.
Did you have your kids helping you out?
I did, man. I did. They would help me, but I would try to. I think what was important for me, right? We were at a different stage, generation wise, right? What was important for me is for them to use their brain, right? Yes, to understand the essence of hard work and appreciating the manual labor. I have a great relationship with my subs, and they all know my kids, right? And they all know them by name, and they show up to a job site and they say hi. And it's just an appreciation for the hard work, right? But I didn't want my kids, working out in the sun. So I wanted them to use their brain. And so he went into engineering, and so I'm really proud of that.
That's beautiful. Mm-hmm. That's awesome. My dad did the same to us. I mean, Dad was always he was always as a kid, you didn't understand why he was doing it. You were kind of just mad that he was dropping you off at a job site. Like, what the fuck is going on? And you're like, why am I clean the job site? Hey, clean the job site. And you would just be there and not understand what's going on, or he'll ask you, hey, what did you clean? What did you pick up? Or whatever. Now, you catch yourself building your own projects, building your own homes, and you're still cleaning the job site, You got to make sure your product looks nice, got to make sure it looks presentable. And now you do it because it's like you start to understand that there's pride in it. You have to have some sort of pride for the sacrifices that you're making in order to bring in more to the table, But it took. I always give Dad all the props, and I always give him all the thanks for. As a kid, you don't understand it, and I wish I had more understanding as a child when I was younger and understand what he was trying to instill. But as an adult, I don't think his goal was to ever have me to be part of the construction industry. Both me and another brother of mine are really involved heavily with him. I have a brother that's an engineer. And then I have another one that just got, he's going to be going to medical school. And it's kind of crazy because you come back and you're like, damn, dude, like I know this, like, you know, I know every aspect of construction. I know every sub that we have because they've been around for 15 years, 20 years, some of them, you know.
You hit the ground running, bro. Like you already got the terms, right? You know what a fascia, what a soffit is, what a 2x4 is, what the actual length of it is. And when you get older and you want to get into the business, I mean, just the terminology alone puts you so much further ahead.
Yeah.
So it's a good thing, man. I mean, if your kids get into it, badass.
You have your kids
awesome.
that help you. Your kids help you out a little bit.
Sometimes, whenever they want money or, like they said, want something,
so
go put grass. You know.
How'd you get into the industry? How'd you
Yeah,
start?
that's a good question.
Yeah.
Self-made?
Self-made.
Yes.
So one day you woke up and said, "I'm going to build a house today."
Man, if you knew my story, it's a crazy.
That's why you're
what we brought you
here.
here for, man. So
We
let's
wanna
get to
know
the
you.
story.
Yeah.
Nobody
your
knows who
story.
JEM is.
We want to know the story, bro. That's
Yeah.
why we're here.
Well, I graduated really young, and I graduated with from PSJ North.
Puro Raiders.
Puro Pinche Raiders.
Yes.
That's
Hey, so are the Mats brothers, bro. Pinches Mats brothers. Hey, allá en Far North son puros cagaleros, güey. ¿Qué pedo? Neta.
Dude, if you survive, honestly, if you survive that system, not just North, but like the Far San Juan Alamo system
That's
in
a
general,
feat in itself, man. Yeah.
dude. I mean,
And if you came out of there successful, that's impressive.
Well, I graduated at 16.
Did you really?
Yes. Shortly, I turned 17, but yeah, and then I hit the road just on.
Pinche
Worked at
Doogie Howser.
Ticketmaster.
What was that show, bro? That the super smart doctor. He graduated. I think it was Doogie Howser. How'd you get done at 16?
I was just able to do it, and I took extra classes in summer, and
Yeah.
I was like, they were like, "Hey, you can graduate at 16." Okay.
That's what I was going to ask. Was that your goal from the get-go, or were
No.
you just
No,
working
it
and
was
working and working at school stuff, and then
Exactly.
one day somebody just said, "Hey, you can
The
graduate early
counselor
if
was
you'd
like,
like
"Hey,
to."
you can graduate already."
So at 16, you were done.
I was done.
And then-
shortly turned 17 a month and a half later, but
You graduated, got that cap and gown, and said, "What's next?"
Kids.
he became a dad.
Oh, that's it.
He became a
then
dad.
then I had twins, and I realized I got to make some money now because
You're on the fast track, bro.
twin girls are going to be expensive. I've got one, and I can barely handle one. With two, so you
I got one,
graduated.
too.
Yeah. Well, yours is 6 months.
Yeah, she's at 5 ounces right now of milk.
oh, fuck off.
She drinks 5 ounces of milk, guys.
So you're 17. You graduated. You got 2 kids that are on the way.
I was always wanting to be an architect.
Yeah?
But they didn't have that here at the time.
Okay,
Couldn't afford
okay.
school.
Did you ever consider going to a four-year institution after you graduated, or was that never on the table because of finances? Or
Finances.
Yeah. So you just figured I've got to graduate and I've got to start working and making money?
I lived with a single parent.
Did you?
Yeah. Just
Mom
my
or dad?
Mom.
Yeah.
Mom. Dad was never around. So
you-
just got into that. Got into a medical field.
You were in the medical field?
Yeah.
What'd you do?
Medic.
Paramedic?
EMT
medic.
or
Yeah. EMTI.
nice?
I did that for 10 years.
That's got
10
to be
years.
stressful, man. I've got a cousin that was one for a couple of years. He's like, dude, the stuff that you see, it's just wicked, man. I mean, you get numbed. He was telling me to a lot of things that happen in life because
Can you
of the
imagine,
stuff you
bro?
experience.
Oh, yeah.
I can imagine.
Yeah. So my twins grew up with me pretty much working all the time.
Yeah.
You know, because you do the 24, 48-hour shifts. So, yeah, I did that for 10 years. I tried doing the nursing, tried doing the bridge,
Yeah.
and it didn't work out.
So you're
And then-
27, 28, and you said, I can't do EMT anymore.
No, I'm still licensed.
Are you really?
Yeah.
But you're not doing it.
you're not-
I'm not doing
you're
it.
not
yeah,
doing it
so
anymore.
I don't have to.
So how does
20
how does one make that transition from the EMT world to the
Construction,
construction
yeah.
world?
They're two different industries.
Yeah. So 2016, I was given my opportunity to flip my first home
Yeah.
from my stepdad.
Okay.
And I would work 24, 48-hour shifts, get out, and go work on the house myself. Just try to, remodel it. It went from 1 year I did 1 flip. The next year I did 3 flips. I was like, okay, this is doing good. The following year I did 9 flips. And I was like, oh, okay, I can be my own boss now. I got my trades, subs. And then the next year I did 11 flips and then 3 new constructions. How did I get to new constructions? I don't know.
Yeah.
I said, let's
It
do it.
just happened.
The very first one, I found a foundation guy. He charged me a good penny. I was like, okay, do it. Framing, we did it.
Was your first one a custom or a spec?
Spec.
A spec, yeah.
Majority of my business is spec.
Okay.
I
That's cool.
I think out of all, I've done like 42 homes since 2016. I've done like maybe like 6 custom homes.
Now, are you solely doing new construction, or are you still dabbling in remodeling and stuff?
No,
or
all new
construction.
Yeah. New construction, multi-family.
You do your own framing? That's what I caught. You do your own framing?
Well, the first time.
Oh, okay.
The
I was
first
like,
one.
damn, you framing too?
No, the
I was
first
like,
one.
oh shit.
No, I'm that guy that's. What did they say? Oh, this is gonna cost you $500. Okay, I'm gonna go spend $1,000 on tools and just to learn how to do that.
How to do it, yeah, yep.
And then
nothing wrong with that, bro. That's how you learn.
Yeah.
And appreciate.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And it always helps to be friends with somebody that's a jack of all trades because, hey, man, I got fixes in my backyard. I don't worry about it. I got the tools. I'll come over and help you with it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I have it all.
Yeah.
Yeah, because in the flips, I would do it all. That's how I learned plumbing, electrical.
Sí, igual, güey. Yo también, igual.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember the first house that I built. The framer didn't finish a bunch of stuff, so ni modo. I comprar. I didn't have money, right? And so you go buy a compressor, you go buy a fucking nail gun, and fuck it, I'll do it. I remember I put down my first floor, the first house, I put a wood floor down. And so you learn, right? You learn. And that's super valuable.
That's awesome, dude.
Yeah. So it's been pretty profitable since, and since then I haven't been able to. I don't need to go back to the EMS world, and
Nor would you, I think, right?
no, the pay's not.
Yeah.
It's not the greatest.
Well, the pay, the experience, and just the traumatic experience, man.
No, I actually love it.
Do you really?
Yeah.
You get a rush out of that stuff?
Yeah.
I see blood and I faint right away.
No.
I don't faint, you know? I'm like, ew, what's that?
Fuchi.
Ew, yeah.
That's funny, bro. So how did the first house come about? Do you remember how that happened?
It came out good.
How did it come out that you're like, you know what, you purchased a lot? How did that transition go? And were your remodels the remodels for clients, or you were the one flipping
just flipping
yourself?
Yeah, that's all I did. Just go ahead and the first one came out good. We were profitable. We've been profitable since day one, so I haven't had a flop, which thank God. And
Better kick that cabinet below you, man.
Yeah, no, I know. But it's been great. It's been great. It's been a hard transition. It's been learning on my own, videos, picking everybody's brains. That's all. I didn't have a mentor, so I had to learn.
Where's your main region where are you like mainly building right now?
Right now, I'm in McAllen. I have a fourplex. I think that's where you started, right? In Latitude 360.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I didn't start there, but I did have a couple there.
Yeah.
Back in 06, bro.
In 06.
07.
You know where that's at?
And then the construction industry tanked, and we couldn't sell them. So what we did is we converted all them to a condo regime and then sold them all individually there at Latitude 360 for $88,000, bro. For a two bedroom and $92,000 for a 3-bedroom.
How did who'd you get to do that for you?
The condo regime?
Yeah.
Fuck, I don't remember. I was fucking 20
I have an
years ago.
attorney. I have an attorney who does it.
He could do it?
Yeah.
Okay. My old man's looking for one to try and do that for a property that we have where it's just too big for a fourplex, and we're like, well, what the hell? And he's like, well, maybe we can do some condos or whatever. But I mean, there's a lot of shit that goes into it. Apparently now, like you can get the whole complex approved for FHA prior to construction or something like that.
Yeah, but there's real specific rules on that. You got to get with like Sergio knows or Paul knows.
Yeah.
Because I think 50% of it has to be occupied.
Yeah.
And so those are the little tricks that you got to kind of get past.
Yeah, something about how like one owner can't own more than 30% of them or something like that.
I don't know what the rules are, but there are some rules that you gotta meet.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, to get them FHA. But once you get that set up, dude, like
It's golden.
now you can get a loan to get the rest of them out.
Yeah.
That's huge, especially FHA.
Yeah, I mean that would be big.
Especially right now, like price point. You can't build a house for less than $250 right now, right? It's really hard. But if you can offer a product under $200, all day pancakes, hotcakes.
Yeah. So you got a fourplex going?
I got a fourplex and I condo them out, just the way you said. We condo them out and we're selling each one. So we have 4 of those. We have a duplex that we did the same thing. So we have 5 condos in that Latitude 360.
Cool.
And then we have one in Edinburgh. And then we just bought a couple of lots in Edinburgh, Elsa, Westaco.
How's things looking in Elsa? Is it moving?
We're trying to get it moving.
Yeah.
With Royal.
Oh no, I didn't even know Royal was out there.
Over there at the subdivision he created.
He created a subdivision.
Yeah. We're trying to get that going. So.
How's he doing?
He's doing all right.
Yeah.
Commissioner Valamo.
Ever since he got on there, I haven't really heard from him. I know he's busy.
He's busy doing politics stuff. Politicking. Thing. He's doing great, man. He's a natural at that.
He's a good speaker.
He's very likable.
Yeah.
He's everybody's friend.
Yeah. He definitely
great
is.
dude, man. Great dude.
So when you how'd you hear of SBA? That you get how did that happen?
Did you ever meet Muniz?
Yeah.
Yeah, from Muniz, we were at a trip and with Matt, and he's just like, hey, we're doing a builders group. Why don't you come on by?
Oh, cool.
And it was just from there. I was like, oh.
I remember Muniz was at our first meeting.
Yeah.
The first time we ever got together, dude, Muniz was there. It was cool to see because I didn't know the guy before that, but you see everybody's sign, and so there was a level of respect when you got to like, hey, dude, I see your signs all the time. Yeah. There was like 4 or 5 of us. I don't remember exactly who was there, but I remember Muniz was there, Andre was there.
Zarate.
Cool. Zarate was there.
I remember.
It was a badass meeting. That was the inception, the first meeting for STBA. Just random dudes got together.
And then from there on, I stayed.
How did that go?
It was great, man.
Yeah?
Yeah,
How
it
far
was
back
great.
was it?
This was 4 years ago, and it was around June, 4 years ago.
Yeah?
Yeah, right around this time frame. Yeah.
21? 21?
Do the math.
20?
It's 4 years ago. It'd be 20.
Yeah, it'd be 20.
No, because I'm just trying to put it together. I'm like, when did these guys, because I wasn't present in the inception of STBA.
Yeah.
And it's curious to me,
He didn't want to serve on the board, and that's okay. But he was at the meeting, and it was cool to. That was the first time I ever sat down with other builders to talk about working together. Prior to that day, never, bro. It didn't exist. You know this.
No. I mean, that's one of the things that blew my mind is you typically, historically, never ever see people that compete with each other, for lack of a better description, working with each other. But when you saw that camaraderie with the STBA and the fact that these guys are willing to help each other out to grow their businesses, I mean, I was amazed by it. I thought it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Do you ever see it as competition?
No.
No.
Not really. Yeah, I mean, there's business for everybody.
Yeah.
And everybody's got their own little niche. Is what you're starting to see as everybody gets to know each other, right? Everybody's kind of has to fill a little void, and so you find your niche, and it's not necessarily competition. I don't compete with, Mr. V, for example. He's got a whole different product. He's killing it. He's doing great.
Yeah.
Different product, different style. And
Yeah.
so to answer your question, no, it's not really competition. And anytime anybody calls me, any builder, I'm happy to help.
You know what I saw? I want to say it was this past weekend, or this past week on Friday. Julio had that block party, and my brother's purchasing a house there in that subdivision, and we went to go see his house, and we stopped by and say hi to Julio and everybody that was part of the block party, and you had how many? Ulises, was it 3 different construction? No, it was 4 different construction companies, right? It was 4. There was 4 different builders that were all together, and they were all walking each other's houses. They were all, estaban conviviendo, having food, and it was pretty cool to see because they were all STBA builders.
Con madre.
They were all camaradas,
Bro, I remember when we did the first time we did the Parade of Homes was back in 2016, and we were at Jackson Heights, and I remember it was so bad as far the relationship between builders was not at the level it is now, and I'll give you an example. Right, I'd have other builders waiting for clients outside the model home to steer them to another model home. And I remember thinking, that's kind of shady. And I don't see that now. Now it's like, hey, well, let me go see your home. And, you go and you check out other people's home. The first time I did that was the Parade of Homes that we did at James Court. The first time I walked into any other builder, and this was right before we started STBA. I I walked into Efren's house.
Oh yeah, you told me.
It was the first time, bro. I had never walked into anybody else's house during the parade or any other time, for that matter, any other builder, and met Ephraim. He came over after that day, after we closed up 6 p.m. or so. He came to my house, the house that I had there at James Court. His was there as well, and we had a shot of tequila. We shit the shit. And now, I mean, I consider Ephraim one of my best friends. Another builder.
And that's one of the things that was so surprising to me is I was used to a lot of that type of, negative energy way back in the day when a builder would walk into another builder's house and I'd get, complaints.
Complaints. Why is this guy walking in my house?
This guy's in my house looking
hey,
at my
taking a
tile.
picture. Why are you taking a picture? Yeah.
And I was always under the impression that builders just hated each other,
Yeah.
And then I see this organization start up and I'm like, wait a minute, you guys are actually pretty reasonable and nice and you can like each other. I love it. Count me in.
Dude, Efren and I are he's a close friend of mine, right? And the essence of that is truly what has carried this organization forward. To be honest with you, right? Because without the camaraderie, what is STBA? It's an alliance.
Yeah,
it's not an alliance if we're not working together.
Right.
And so, man, we gotta make sure we keep that. That's extremely important. Yeah. That's the seed. That's the water that needs to be. The seed that needs to be watered. That's the seed that needs to be watered.
I knew you were going with that.
You know what I'm trying to say, all right?
I do.
Anyway, I don't write this shit down, bro.
It's off the top.
And where you at right now?
I'm making shit up as I go.
Where you at right now? Where
I'm
you building?
on Sugar and 495.
Sugar and 495?
Yeah, right here on Sugar and 495. That's where we're at right now. We're almost done with the subdivision there.
What subdivision?
Yeah, we developed the land and we built out all the fourplexes, put a sixplex in there as well. But going back to what you were saying, Ronnie, I'm so sorry. I was thinking, I remember when we did those competitions, and we would everybody had their section in the house, and make sure you know what you're saying, and make sure you know the square footage, and make sure you know everything, and if they ask you questions, you're gonna answer this or whatever. But if you see a builder, you better come and get me. I don't want to, you better. And you look back at it now, and what I see, the camaraderie of when everybody gets together and everybody says hi to each other. ¿Cómo estás? ¿Qué dónde? What are you doing? What's moving? What's not moving? What are you using? Who are you using? Blah, blah, blah. All these things. I see that, and I'm like, man, how things have changed from when when I was younger in high school and stuff, and I would help my parents with open houses, the parade or whatever it is that Dad had us doing for him. It's changed a lot. Mm-hmm. It's changed a lot.
We changed that, right? STBA has changed that. That is a fact.
Yeah.
Prior to it, didn't exist. Now, man, I say this all the time, right? I got chingos of builder friends, more than real friends. I mean, more than regular friends. Not real friends, regular friends.
Because they're real friends with.
Not more than imaginary, but more than real, yeah.
You know what I mean. Like I said, I don't write this shit down. It's cool as shit. Like, it's really cool. It has catapulted my business because you get to talk to other builders. And, dude, Julio, for example, I call Julio. Hey, dude, I need help with this. I haven't been through this. Julio does a lot of units. He builds chingos of fucking houses a year.
He's a savage.
And he's been through some shit, right? And so I can call him anytime, and he helps.
Julio's a perfect example of not judging a book by what you hear or the cover. Sure. Julio's that person that, when I got to actually sit down and talk to him, I was like, this guy's a savage. Like, he's a freaking entrepreneur to the 10th power, and he's a survivor, man. And I don't know. I'm pretty sure he's watching, and he's somebody that I look up to and has honestly earned my respect for whatever it means. Like, I consider him a friend. You know what I mean? Like, I know I can call him and be like, hey, wait, I'm going through this or whatever. What do you think? And he'll tell you how it is, bro. Like, he that's one thing. You're always going to get the plain truth from that about them. Yeah. You know what I mean? He's not going to sugarcoat it.
But as the EO, right, like, your responsibility, because we are elected. I'm not going to be here all the time. And as a matter of fact, like, my 4 years ends in December. And so so who becomes, who gets on the board after that, we don't know, right? It's going to be chosen by the membership. But as the EO, And the mission statement, it is, we got to keep that moving forward. Yeah. And in those times, because during COVID, yes, prices spiked and we had some issues. And so that's why we kind of got together. But let's face it, like, we all made a shit ton of money in 2020, 2021, 2022. You were selling houses left and right. Before it was done, they were sold. And so it's easy to create the camaraderie around that time frame. It's going to be tougher when times get tough, and then you're all fighting for the sales, right? You got to do that much better to get the sale, because there's not going to be as much business as there was before. And so we got to figure out how to keep that camaraderie, not just when times are good, but when time starts getting bad, how to keep that together. That's important.
Yeah.
That's going to be the test, right?
Have you guys felt
the experiment that we got going on?
Have you guys, have you all felt some transition yet on with the interest rates changing? Have you felt that? Have you felt anything yet?
Yeah, usually our homes sell within a month or two. Now it's taking a little bit longer. It'll be about 4 or 5 months now before they sell. But I don't advertise them until they're pretty much 90% done.
You don't put them on MLS before that? No.
I don't even put my sign. That's what I'm saying. Nobody even knows who I am. I don't put my sign up.
I know who you are, bro. I know who you
are.
Back
here. But yeah, before joining, that was the same thing. I thought builders were just against each other. And, when I joined, I was like, okay. And it was a small group at the time. And it just kept on growing and growing. And it's amazing how you could just send a text and everybody's going to respond, or you're going to get multiple people responding.
It's crazy, right? It's crazy, right?
I
like to see when you guys are like, hey, what are y'all doing? Or who can you refer? I like to see that, bro. Like, to me, I mean, because obviously, like, it's all being ran right through here. And then I'm like, I get every message and everything, and I see that, and I'm like, it makes me happy to see people use the network that's been created, because that's what you're paying for. You're in here to use this network to the best of your abilities, and to put that network to use for you.
Mm-hmm.
That's the main thing. Some people use it and some people don't.
You started off on your own, right? And so, like, think about it. How many years did you go when you hired a sub and he sucked, right? Or he didn't fucking show up. You paid him half up front y luego chingate quedó mal. ¿Te pasó?
Oh, yeah.
Fuck yeah. It shouldn't happen, right, in STBA, because you have access to chingos of subs. All you got to do is ask.
Well, chingos of builders, too, that have used a lot of subs. And you could say, hey, have you ever heard of this guy before? And oh, man, I got a 1-star Yelp review. Yeah. It's terrible.
I'm not going to send anybody a guy that's like, fucking sucks, right? Like, that would be terrible.
Right.
So normally somebody's going to put on there somebody that's reliable. How much money does that save you? How much money did you spend when you first started going through subs and fucking losing out?
Oh, yeah, a lot.
Yeah. Thousands, bro. I know me, thousands. Like, yeah, man, it's extremely valuable. The power of STBA and the alliance and the camaraderie and the help and the mentorship and all that stuff, super powerful.
Yeah, I mean, the wealth of knowledge that comes just from your membership alone, and the fact that they're willing to share it is what I think is hands down the biggest benefit to this organization.
It's instant.
Yeah, it is.
And if you think about it, like, yeah, we live in a society right now where I can go to the internet and I can Google anything, but I can't Google, like, my territory, the specific subs. You know what I mean? Like, you don't do that shit. You can't, right? The only way you're going to get that knowledge is through STBA.
No.
That's valuable.
Yep.
Worth its money tenfold. Worth its membership fee tenfold.
Worth its weight in gold.
Damn right.
That's a good one.
I saw you.
I want to start having you write my speeches, bro.
I was going to start narrating all the
I'm finishing his sentences like we're married, man.
Yeah.
Don't go fishing with Paco.
Mm-hmm. Then we might get married.
Bro. When are we going out to dinner? I'm kind of down.
Yeah, it just even happened to me last year. When 2 subs were together, they recommended each other. And they're like, hey. But they had about 6 of my projects.
Yeah.
They got half of all 6. See ya. They just left.
Just took off.
It's crazy. It's crazy that you say that, bro. Shit. I had someone come up to me and tell me that he experienced. He had one of his subs tell him that he needed the full payment up front for a specific job he was going to do for the house, and he needed the money now because his family was going through something, and the builder paid him. And he's like, and I paid him because I had used him in another house, y pues le agarré confianza, blah, 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 whatever. And he gives him the money, and he was supposed to start working like 2 days after that, and never heard back from the guy. You know, you got to be careful out there, guys. I mean, it's not the reason SCBA is formed is for you to use the network that has been created for the benefit of your company. And if you know that there's people like the structure team, there's people like, you know, the CJEs, there's people like Carolina, there's people like the Waldos, there's so many people on there. All it takes is to get on that network and start calling the people, because you have direct access to the main guy of every company, and ask, hey, I'm going through this. Do you think I should give this person this money? Hey, I'm going through, like, that should be an automatic red flag.
Oh, dude, I had here's an example. I had a builder call me out. This is probably like 8-9 months ago, so I don't remember the exact. Details or builder, but the scenario was like this. Hey, I ran into a sub that he's. I don't remember what sub he was, what he does, what trade he does. But he was like, hey, he says he's done work for you. I don't fucking know him. Like, no, he hasn't done work for me. So he's obviously lying to you. I wouldn't use him, right? So you got to be careful with that stuff. But the only way that he would have known is because of STBA. Like, well, fuck, I'll just call Ronnie and find out for myself.
Right.
Y pues no, güey. Ese dato no lo conozco and he's never done work for me. And so that phone call was valuable, right, for that guy.
Bro, and even then, man, people that have been around forever. I had an instance happen to me, and it was the first house and that I was building. I was building a house in a cul-de-sac, and this house, the way he went ahead and ditched out for foundation, he was over on one of the setbacks 4 inches, right? And this guy had framed everything already. So he goes, if you want me to move it, I need you to pay me the $2,000. And I'm like, dude, I've known you since I was a kid. It's not my fault. First of all, it ain't even my fault that you did it wrong. You know, that's your job to understand where you're at, to measure. Here's the floor plan. The floor plan was correct. This guy's like, I need $2,000, and I'm going to move it. I'm going to take care of it, and we'll pour foundation. I'm lying, $2,500. I'm like, fuck, man. And the only reason I gave him the money was because I was like, I've known you since I was a kid. Like, you've worked for my dad forever. So, I mean, if you're going to fuck me, well, then you're fucking yourself. Dude, this guy didn't show up, bro. He took off the whole frame, picked up all his material, and didn't come back to the job. And I had to start with a new foundation guy that had asked for the work prior to giving this guy the job.
He took off his stuff?
He took all his shit.
No.
And he left. And that's because I had cut him a check, because I was like, you know what, man, that he was complaining that I was like, look, it was in a cul-de-sac. So he had to push the house back so far, and it was a room. Literally a corner of a room was passing by 4 inches when we sent for survey, right? Before they poured foundation on that shit, right? There was no rebar in there or anything, bro.
Yeah. Had they trenched already or no?
That guy had gone out. Yes,
you
bro.
know how much damage he caused, bro? That's terrible.
Dude,
that's terrible.
Dude.
How do you, like, you know what? Charge me for the forms.
He had to cover it. He had to...
Sí, güey.
Yeah, everything,
Tienes
bro.
que taparlo, compactarlo.
Yeah.
Y chinga madre, no queda igual, güey.
No, dude. And it was horrible, because it was just like...
That guy that guy shouldn't do business. That is on another level.
Dude, you know the fucked up thing is, bro? That guy, it's not like he was a stranger.
Mm-hmm.
And it's crazy, because I'm like, bro, like, what the fuck? Like, I've known you since I was yay high.
Yeah.
I'm not some fucking random dude that came to you for a random job. This is at the time, I was like, in my mind, I was like, this is the first of many, bro, on my own.
Yeah.
You know? And I was like, what the fuck? But you know what? I mean, God takes away people ain't no good for you, bro. So it was crazy.
A mí me pasó igual, güey. Doing some fourplexes. I had given some work to this guy, and he just wasn't doing them. Like, he was busy in other places, and so we're getting behind. I'm like, hey, güey, si no vas a seguirle, ni modo. Voy a tener que darle las demás a alguien más. Y fue y me quitó las que tenía. Comenzó a quitarme las que ya tenía puestas, que ni se las había quitado, güey, esas. O sea, le quité lo que sigue. Like, no la vas a hacer. Entonces, termina lo que tienes.
He got hurt.
He
got hurt.
Bro, comenzó a quitar las formas y pues no, me estás haciendo daño. Like, that's terrible. And so, So I had to call police, bro. Just stay off my property. You can't do that. That is a civil matter, and you taking out the form is now a criminal matter. So you either get out of my job site because now you're trespassing. You've been fired.
Or the police are coming.
And they did come. I had to call the police, bro, because they can't do that. They can't do that.
So how does that work? So for the builders that maybe don't know, like that one guy that went through this situation where he paid some money up front, the guy doesn't come back. I mean, you're basically, would a builder be wasting his time to fight that, or would you just say, you know what, man, sometimes you got to bite the bullet and just move forward?
I mean, usually we move forward.
Yeah.
But you got to defend yourself too. Like no te dejes tampoco. I had another door guy that wanted to go take out the door. I'm like, hey, wait, just finish, and you get paid. Pero ya sé el otro y luego ya no me vas a armajar. Hey, wait, cava, se te va a pagar. Pero si tú comienzas a dañar lo que tengo, now that's a criminal matter. Now the police get involved and you're gonna get in trouble. So don't do that. You got an issue with me civilly, we can go civilly, but you don't want to get anything on your record that's criminal. Come on, man, that's dumb.
There's a word for that when you trash someone's property, or what is it called?
Vandalism.
Vandalism.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But that's would that be considered that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. File a report. I do.
Damn, bro. You know, and most people that are not in the construction or not on the on the building side of the construction, these are things that sometimes, you know, as a construction company, you go through it, and only the people in your circle know about it, and you just bite the bullet and keep moving, bro.
Yeah. But ask. Like that's what it's for. Ask.
Yeah.
We're here.
Yep. And that's the advice I told that one builder. He's part of the organization. I was like, look, bro, you need to look at the thread that you have and call these guys. And if you have these questions, I was like, I don't know the answers to everything. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you that I do. I was like, but you can call these guys. I was like, Ronnie will be happy to answer the phone. Julio's super active on the group chat. Like, there's guys that are here to help and guide. I was like, you can call my dad. My dad would tell you, like, yes, no. That's what it's for, you know. Mm-hmm. Especially the board members, man. They're all very active. So I mean,
that's who I find out. Like from I remember from Julio. We were in a round table at a meeting one time, and he had brought up, you know, if a guy doesn't show up to work and it's 3 days straight, call the police and you file the report. That way, when you let him go, there's a report, right, that backs you up, because then he can't sue you civilly for not showing up. He didn't show up. He abandoned the job.
Fucking right? Julio would know.
Yeah. And so, hey, we do it. We've done it.
Yeah.
Hey, si no vas a llegar, güey, le voy a hablar a la policía y voy a hacer un reporte. They either show up or they don't, but when they don't, then you have full cause to let them go.
That's awesome.
There's a way to handle a lot of the situations that you guys get involved with daily that somebody else has already gone through, right? And that's one of the benefits, again, going back to our initial conversation, where what you've gone through or what you're going through right now, Ronnie probably already went through 20 years ago when he started building.
Yeah, no, I went through that a year ago, and I was just like, okay. Like, what? It was more of an eye-opener than anything, because I was like, damn, bro. Like I said, I was like, I've known you since I was a kid. What Ronnie? The hell? That's crazy, huh?
To Ronnie, you've known who since you were a kid?
No. I was talking about my experience with the guy that did the foundation
work.
Yeah, but whatever. I mean, it's a lesson.
Yeah,
it's a lesson.
There's no need to reinvent the wheel. Like the wheel's already invented, right? Somebody knows how to build it, and I'm sure they'll help you. They'll show you. Yeah. Anyway, sorry, bro. We're taking the whole podcast. Anyway, so it's about JEM. My bad.
We're good.
What's next, bro? What do you got coming up next?
Well, I bought one of Efren's lots.
Oh,
They're in Donna.
Yeah, you were telling me, bro.
So hopefully build that one out here starting the beginning of the year, I'm hoping.
Yeah. Mid-Valley, man.
But what do you see in the
fourplexes? Have some growth.
Fourplexes are everywhere now.
Yeah, but the Mid-Valley is still underserved, in my opinion. And I think that you know, you're tapping into something there in the Mid-Valley. I think it's gonna see some pretty strong growth here pretty quickly, in my opinion. Humble opinion.
I mean,
Harlingen's growing, right?
I think
now we see Harlingen growing, and it's just a matter of time. Like, it fills in the gap.
The whole valley's growing in general, and the problem, I
Yeah.
think, stems from the fact that Edinburgh and McAllen, for the most part, are out of room for new development.
Yeah.
So things have to kind of expand outwards.
Yeah.
A lot of it's going north, right, north of Edinburgh.
Yeah.
A lot of it then has to go east into the Mercedes area.
Most of it's going to go east, right? We're going to fill in this part first before it starts to
Going
really,
west,
trickle out that way.
yeah.
And then you've got Brownsville blown up with SpaceX and everything happening over there, and all of that's traveling to the west. So there's
You had a few projects there, no?
Everything in between is going to get filled up. We have some projects right now in Harlingen that we started last week. We got a few duplexes. We did a couple houses for SpaceX. San Benito, Cameron's growing. We'd like to have a bigger presence there, but logistically right now it's a little tougher. But I think at some point, any builder in the valley should really be concentrating on what's coming up next in Cameron, because it's inevitable. It is where McAllen was.
Wasn't the word to create a division over there on that side?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That is absolutely the idea. Without giving too much information, we can. You're a member, so obviously we can tell you anything that you have questions about, maybe outside of this. Yeah. But we're trying to keep that close to us, because it's very important, not just for STBA, but it's important for the whole builder community, the whole community in general. And so, unfortunately, we got some obstacles that are coming, that are getting in our way, and so we're working through those obstacles as professionally as possible. But I can't say that is a huge push for us to get nationally recognized in that area. Yes.
Hopefully one day.
Sooner than later, baby.
Yeah, I was going to say
sooner than later.
Not imagine, right?
Yeah.
You have a good board. The organization has a great board, and they're very fiery and very passionate about it. And so it's going to happen, one way or another. Yeah. It will happen. I have no doubt.
Yeah. For anybody that's like Ronnie said earlier, his term is coming up as a board member. So Ronnie's position as a board member will be up for re-election, along with Julio, Efren, and Dan, because Dan was a alternate that came in, not an alternate, but he was voted in as he's filling in a space. And for anybody in SCBA that would want to serve on the board, if you can come to a board meeting or just sit down at one of these meetings if you're interested, so you can get an idea of the amount of thought that these guys put into every decision that they make. I try and make sure that everybody puts in their 2 cents on whatever decision that's being made to move STBA in any direction. These guys, they let me work, but when it comes to the big decisions of what we need to do to keep moving STBA in a certain direction, the amount of time that these guys put in, and it's not paid, so it's volunteer time, and they care greatly about the community. They care greatly about the industry itself. So if anybody's interested in maybe putting their name on the ballot here at the end of the year, which the organization will have the voting at the Gallery of Homes, how we had it last year. It will be at the awards assembly, and we'll do everything live. Some third party will take care of the votes and all that good stuff, tallying all that, and then we'll announce the winners there. But if anybody's interested, like I said, don't be afraid to go, and you can sit down at these board meetings. Definitely go and see what it is that these guys have to think about, because they're moving the whole organization as a whole. They're moving everybody. Their decisions are basically to move STBA forward. And I really, really, really admire the board that is sitting right now, because I see the time that they put in, and they all really care. It's crazy.
You got 7 really smart minds that help make decisions, and everybody's opinion is a little different, right?
Yeah.
And that's truly what it takes to make the best decisions, right? That you gotta listen to every single one of those board members. Remember, they get elected by the membership, and so the membership believes in them, and so they obviously did something right for them for the membership to vote them in, and so we have to listen to their voice, because we owe it to the organization.
I'll tell you this: when these guys get together, it's definitely not a room of yeses. Like it's I think this, well I think that, and well I'm thinking this, and it's just like everyone is giving the reason as why they're thinking what they're thinking, and pues no, I don't think that would be good. No, pues I think this would be, and it's good to hear all the opinions, and then everybody starts forming their opinion, and it comes into one opinion. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, taking everybody's opinion into consideration is the key to running a good board, right? And at ultimately making the best decisions for that organization. You gotta listen to your peeps.
Yeah.
You know.
Are you gonna run again?
I don't know yet, man. I'm getting really busy, and so I'll weigh that out at the end of the year because I also. I want to do good by the organization, and if I don't have the time, then I don't want to do it. I don't want to take up space when others have some more energy or more time or different ideas or better ideas or fresher ideas.
Or are you trying to make more videos?
I like the videos that I'm making. Those are cool, and we're taking marketing to a different direction, which we're really excited about. But more than anything, man, we got chings of work coming up, and I want to make sure if I do run, it's going to be because I can give it the time that it deserves, right?
You know, that's the second time I hear that from a board member, and what Ronnie just said is give it the time. You know, it takes time, man. It's time consuming. I don't think a person will understand how much time these guys put into it until they're actually involved in it. To be part of a board that, and especially an organization like STBA where we're moving, dude. Like STBA is moving, it's evolving, it's growing. We got Paco. Paco's here. He's
big
heading,
asset, bro. That was huge for us.
It was
that was one of those like chess pieces that you make that it's like, oh, I'm winning, right? As an organization, we just got ahead.
Yeah.
So we're super excited that you're on board.
We're
bro.
excited.
Like, you have no idea.
Very proud.
I appreciate it, man. I'm excited to be here too.
Yeah, man.
Looking forward to the fishing tournament. That's going to be lit.
And you have the same mentality we do, bro, in STBA, right? You know what it's about. You get it, and that's huge for us because if you're going to be running our biggest event, which is our fucking Super Bowl, right? For all builders, the gallery, we need somebody with the same kind of energy and the same kind of passion and mindset. And dude, it's perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Well, thank you, Ronnie.
No, dude.
I'm blushing.
I ain't trying to blow you up, bro. I'm just saying, like, dude, you're a vital piece, and it is what it is. It's a fact.
Yeah, definitely.
Speaking of chess, I'm gonna be in Atlanta tomorrow watching my 12-year-old and 11-year-old playing the national chess tournament.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
national chess tournament.
National chess
Like
tournament.
a regional portion of it, or like the national championship
national.
match. Really,
National.
It's gonna be on TV.
This is the final.
Con madre.
They only advertise like the number one seed.
Now, are they in the same category where they're going to play each other or separate groups?
It's based on ratings.
Yeah, is it?
Yeah.
They're in elementary, but it's a junior high tournament.
So they could theoretically then play against each other in like the championship match. Ooh, that'd be
Imagine.
wicked.
Oh, dude, how
Damn.
proud
Don't be
would you
out
be? Hey, but who are you gonna go for?
Have you ever tried playing against them?
Yes.
How's that end up? Not well.
No, they're beating me now.
5 moves,
Of course.
checkmate.
No, I'm not that bad.
Did you teach
You
him how
play
to play?
chess?
No, my stepdad showed my
Okay,
son.
cool.
So my son made it to regionals last year, and it was in Kalahari.
Yeah.
Nationals in Kalahari. So that was pretty neat. And my youngest daughter was like, "This is neat. Like, this is what we have to go to. We're going to Kalahari. Like,
I want to do it again.
I want to do it. I want to do it now." So she
Yeah.
joined this year, and in regionals she plays 4th.
Yeah, dude,
And
that's
wow.
so good. Bro. That's so
Wow.
good.
So they're
Chess
both.
is
How
so
big is
good
the
for
region
kids.
down? Are you talking about like the valley as a region, or is it like
The
a
valley.
zone in South Texas?
It's all South Texas.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Oh.
south of footy is down.
Yeah.
Chess is actually pretty big here in the valley, dude.
Is it really?
Yeah.
It's huge.
Yeah,
Yeah.
bro.
No kidding.
Yeah, and which is great because our kids, bro, our youth.
Oh, it's a
You'd
game.
be
It's a game of
surprised, bro.
intellect, man. It's a
You'd
game of
be
strategy. And
surprised
intellect. Yeah.
how smart a kids we got coming up here in the valley.
No, there's kindergartens playing chess.
Really?
Yeah. And I was like, how are they playing?
Hey, wait, ¿y te chingan, güey?
I'm not gonna play any of them. I'm gonna tell you right now.
Yeah.
I feel like less of a man in a minute. Checkmate after 2 moves. What? How'd you do that?
Hey, throw in the board, Paco. I'm done. Game sucks, bro. I'm gonna get out of here.
I'm going fishing.
And you know what? I'm taking my chessboard.
Bring my fanny pack. What? What do you need your fanny pack to go fishing for?
I've never been good at that,
That
game,
is
man.
so
I've tried,
good, bro.
Yeah,
That's
so,
so
I'm
good.
looking forward to it, see how they do it. We'll be there till Monday.
Man, that starts to shape their mind in a different way, right? Like, different shit's firing. right?
Is this the first time they've been in the championship match or gone that far before?
My son did it last year.
Did he?
And he went to nationals.
How'd he place?
No, he didn't place.
Didn't place at all?
No, I was okay with that because it's first year. And
You know,
it's like
I've always said you can't appreciate winning without experiencing losing. So he's seen that part of it, and when he gets further and further and further, he's going to love it even more, man.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Congrats, bro.
Well, best of luck to him.
Hey,
They do well.
make sure you let us know how
For
they
sure.
do. I'm really curious.
Yeah, dude, definitely let us know.
it's neat because you see hundreds and hundreds of boards just placed in a big old convention center, and you just see all these kids going at it. You know, it's just.
Is that because I've seen it on TV before? I think where they have the chessboard in front, right? You make a move and you hit a timer next to you.
Yeah,
and
they got,
gotta-
like, the
they
time-
got to
yeah.
notate and everything.
Yeah,
Wow.
It's a whole different.
that's big time, man.
That's,
And then you got your Asians, bro, and your Indians that are like super into it, bro. No, I'm serious. Like, I swear to God, I'm not trying to be, you know.
So
they're
last
real
year-
good at it. Like, on
So
another
last year
level.
we were in the lobby of the Kalahari and there was an Indian.
Yeah.
And I told my son, go play him. Like you want to play someone, play him. Little kid.
Yeah.
And he's like, okay. My daughter goes up to him. Hey, you want to go play my brother? Like, okay. He comes, whoops my son's like real
2
quick,
minutes
and I'm like,
done.
I was like, bro, you just got your ass whooped. He goes, but he's like 7 years old. I'm
Yeah.
like, they're smart, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
they are.
You gotta get back to that room and practice right now, man.
So yeah, it's gonna be a neat experience. So we'll see how
Very
that
cool,
goes.
bro.
When did you say you leave?
Tomorrow morning.
Tomorrow morning?
Con madre.
You're
Tomorrow
flying out?
morning, Yeah, we're flying out
Flying
on
out?
McAllen and then be in Atlanta tomorrow and Friday, Saturday, Sunday. They have
have
7 matches.
You don't have the 5:30 a.m. flight, do you?
I do.
Ugh, those are the worst, dude. You
I
got to
do.
get up at 3 o'clock, make sure your bag's packed in
Yeah.
time.
And don't forget anything.
They're even worse when you're coming back from Vegas. Oh my God.
I won't fly past 10 o'clock in the morning, man. I learned my lesson a long time ago. 10 a.m., after that, I'll fly.
How many flights have you missed?
You know, I got to the airport one time with my last 5:30 a.m. flight. We get there, and we were rushing in the morning to get the bags packed because last second procrastinator, obviously, right? And we're packing the bags and heading out. We get to the airport 29 minutes before the flight takes off. I didn't know at the time because I was younger that there's a 30-minute buffer, and if you don't get there 30 minutes before your flight leaves, they can't put the bags on the flight.
Oh, yeah,
So
like
they're
the
like, hey, you can
carry-ons?
get on the plane,
Or
but your
what's it
bag's
called,
got to
the-
stay here. I'm like,
the
dude, I'm going to
check-ins?
Minnesota. It's like 35 degrees up there. I need my bag. Well,
Yeah.
got to leave it here, man. I'm like, nah. Went back home and just repacked and went
Yeah.
to the next flight.
Ni modo.
And I
It
said,
happens.
never again am I getting up that early because you have to get up at 3, man.
Yeah, it's terrible, bro.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Why would you book that?
I didn't at the time. Parents had booked it for me. I said, I'll do a 5:30 flight. I got it. I was like 18, 19, you know. Nope, not happening. So I learned very young, and I'll share that knowledge gladly with the STBA. Never take a 5:30 a.m. flight.
Yeah.
Can't help you when it comes to building, but I can help you with flying, no problem.
Not
Schedule the 10 a.m.
Not a good
and
idea.
after.
I'm
Yep.
just telling you, not a good idea.
Get up, have un cafecito allá, get ready, and then go.
For sure.
That's funny, bro.
Have you all ever been, Atlanta?
Never been to Atlanta, bro. No, never.
Never.
I think I touched down and then like flew somewhere else, but no, never like.
It's the first time you're going out there, too?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah, I don't know what we're gonna do.
Have
Yeah.
have you Googled anything?
Yeah. Well, they have some stuff to do. Like they said the museum is pretty good. And the world of Coca-Cola.
How long is that chess competition? Like you guys show up at 8 o'clock in the morning and you're there for the duration of the day, or do you check in and drop the kids off and book it? You got to stay because you're watching them play, right?
Yeah. Oh, so you can't
get
be in
there,
there
you
watching.
drop
you
them
can't?
off,
No,
you go to
they
the bar.
close it down.
There's no TV screen that you can watch
No,
them on, or
you can't.
No,
so you
can't.
basically drop them off and then wait till they come out
Yes.
when they lose.
What?
They either come out
call you come out your
happy-
child.
They either come out happy or they come out crying.
So
Yeah.
the longer
And
it
that's
takes
bro,
for them to
that's
come
like-
out, the better
yeah.
they're doing.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'll bring a book.
So no.
Sit
They'll
out
be
front.
having two. There will be opening ceremonies on Friday, and then they have 2 matches on Friday. At 1 and 5, so they get a good
A
break.
break in between.
And then 3 matches on Saturday.
Okay.
And then 2 on Sunday. So it's a total of 7.
I mean, it's a big city. They've got to have cool
Also,
stuff for the kids to do.
they
I just
gotta
hop on
play
the
7.
Goog and be like,
There's got to
They
be
gotta play 7
a bar close by.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
should drop them off, go to the bar, come back.
At the hotel?
Actually, I don't recommend that.
Some people-
Let's retract that. Can you please take that?
These kids are
Edit
playing
that out
7
there, Yuli.
matches. They're going to play 7 matches?
7 matches.
Man, some people can't even play 2.
And it's intense, bro. It's intense.
now, if they play those 7 matches and say they win all 7, are they then the champion, or do they advance to a different bracket that's the next day?
No, this is national. There's people from
National.
all over the world coming.
So they're just in one division that have 7 or 6 other kids in it. And they're going to play against each other. And
Bro, don't tell me that, dude. For some weird reason,
Yeah, but there's like hundreds of kids.
my YouTube has been sending me, like the YouTube shorts. It's been sending me a short of this little kid that is playing chess against adults. And the kid's not even looking at the chessboard. And he's just like, A little kid, bro. And he's just like,
Ding, ding, ding.
and he's just like, he looks real quick and he's like, beep. And he's like looking away. And the person across him is like really
Just
thinking
hyper-focused at it.
about what the person's gonna do. And this kid's just like, and then he starts poking his nose and the guy does the move and then the kid just like takes the piece, boom, moves it like this shit. I'm like,
This is boring.
yeah, he's like, oh, like, I'm ready to get out of here.
Kids
So they've been playing for how long now, you said?
My son, 2 years. My daughter, the first year.
First year she qualified
year.
for nationals.
First. Yes.
Dude, she's a natural.
Both of them.
That's awesome,
So,
man.
It's amazing. After that, we get ready for the World Series in softball.
Who do they get their
Are
brains
they
from?
both
Their
playing
dad?
No,
Mom?
just my
Just the son?
daughter.
Your daughter plays it, really?
Softball, yes. 10U.
Shit. She playing for a league down here?
Yes, 10U.
You're keeping
Boys
your
and girls
kids,
club or
you're
what?
keeping
It's a
your
travel
kids
team.
busy,
It's a
bro.
travel team?
Yeah,
That's
travel
awesome,
team.
man.
So it's a organization named Force Fast Pitch.
Okay.
Organization.
I don't follow a lot of baseball, but I've got some kids that I used to coach soccer that progressed onto that. So I know a lot of them played the McAllen Sports Complex. What's that off of by
29th.
Auburn and 29th? Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is a
21.
first-class facility, man. McAllen did such a good job with it.
Oh, you're talking about the baseball
The
part.
big
baseball
complex,
fields.
yeah,
Those are
yeah.
super
Yeah, those are
bro.
nice.
Yeah.
Well, they're gonna have the McAllen World Series there.
Are they really?
Yeah, and that's what we're gonna have. They have people from all over coming as well.
Didn't they have the World Series here not too long ago for
Last
little
year.
kids? Yeah, right? I remember I saw something. I was like, why didn't they put that out for people
Somebody
to
needs to
know?
promote that.
Yeah, like,
We had the biggest amateur boxing thing this past weekend
where?
here in the valley.
What?
Yeah, Dan told me about it.
Why don't they
Huge.
promote those
I
things?
don't know, bro.
Or maybe they
need-
do, right?
They need to do a better job of promoting the stuff because that's huge. That's a big deal.
that is crazy. That is crazy.
Yeah, so we prepare for the World Series shortly after next month in Portland.
So you jump from
Portland.
chess to sports.
Chess and sports.
Talented kids, bro.
Yeah.
And I remember my daughter went to play a chess tournament and she played and like you said, it's mentally.
Yeah.
So I think she was mentally drained, and then we went to go play softball, and she just like trying to get into softball mode, and she couldn't. Like,
Yeah.
Which
she
is
tried.
an anomaly, by the way, man, because most of the time you have a child that's either left or right brain. You got one that's good at books or you got one that's good at sports. You never really have one that's good at both. And chess is a mental game. So if she can do chess and sports, I mean, she's all inclusive, dude.
She's gonna be okay in life.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
for sure.
No,
Yeah.
feel confident that your kiddo's gonna be good. Apple doesn't fall too far from the tree either.
No, they get it from dad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Were you tough on them growing up?
I've been tough on them.
Yeah.
But we try to play the good cop,
Bad cop. And you're the bad cop?
No.
I mean, if you're tough on them, you're the bad cop by default, aren't
Somewhat.
you?
When it comes to sports, I've always was their coach.
Yeah.
So I was
That's
tougher
good.
on them.
Are you still the daughter's coach, or she?
I'm an assistant coach.
Are you?
Yes.
Bro, that's so good.
Yeah, that is awesome.
So, yeah.
Very
It's all
good.
about family. I do that all the time. My kids were playing softball. My twins, they played softball and basketball. My son did baseball. Now he's more into chess and band, and he just started getting into track.
Yeah.
So,
Did you have you coached all your kids growing up?
yes,
Dude, that's
Absolutely.
awesome, man. That's awesome,
Yeah.
bro.
every single one of them.
I want to do the same, bro.
Yeah.
I do.
So
I
if-
want to do the same.
I coached my 5-year-old soccer. I'd been doing it for a couple of years. Now, at what point do you become the uncool dad that can't coach anymore because it's embarrassing? Does that ever happen? I've been told to prepare for that. Right now, she thinks it's the world of me. She's like, my dad's cool. You can coach. And then every year, it's like, hey, Allie, can I coach you again? Am I still cool? You're still cool, Dad. You can do it. I'm like, all right, one more year.
That's cool, bro.
But then other parents are like, hey, man, just get prepared. When she's 12 or 13, she's going to say, Dad, can somebody else coach me? Because you're embarrassing. It's like, it's crack, with a heart.
I let him go when it was ready for UIL.
Yeah?
7th and then on.
When they
7th
started
grade,
doing, like,
8th
middle
grade,
school
yeah.
sports.
Yeah.
That's when I said. I
Well, you
backed
couldn't
out.
coach unless you get hired at the school, at which point you'd be a helicopter dad.
Buckle's gonna go get hired. Buckle's gonna get hired at the school.
Forever.
You're throwing down with the other coach.
Yeah, but having
first.
kids in sports, that's for me at least, and it was like that growing up with my parents, is that you spend a lot of quality time that you don't recognize at the moment, but as your kid gets older, like I look back at my childhood, my parents going to soccer games every Saturday, and it's like, God, that was fun, man.
My dad always had us in sports too. He always had us in soccer. We played a lot of soccer growing up.
Yeah.
Always had us doing something. You
Well,
know.
you got these Saturdays that you religiously show up to the game as a family, and you spend time with each other. Then afterwards, you go out and have breakfast. And those become very intricate, very important bonding moments as these kids grow up between the parents and the children.
Yeah, I mean now as adults, now for us it's like we play a lot of golf,
Well,
but
your 5-month-old doesn't play golf.
one day she will. Trust me,
I'm
she's
shooting for 7. I'm going to bring
she's
her out there.
playing golf. I guarantee it. Yeah,
You'd be
she has
surprised
no
how
You're
Enjoy
gonna
choice.
golf.
be surprised.
Oh,
What you think? Like, here's what happens, bro. you're dead set on they're gonna do this, they're gonna do that, and then they're their own mind.
Yeah.
And then it's like, dude, they can do their own thing, and you gotta encourage it and support it.
You know what? I thought about you the other day, Ronnie, when we went golfing at Montecristo, and it was the Cinco de Mayo weekend, and we walked into the clubhouse in Montecristo. You know how Montecristo has that bar that it's not like Lagos. Like they have like a bar area or whatever. And we were like, oh, let's go get a drink. And we walked in, and we were just like, oh man, because it was packed. It was packed like a bunch of like the Winter Texans that lived there, and they had a mariachi. Bro, and there was like parents sitting of the kids that were in the mariachi, and they heard myself and my brothers speaking of how good these kids were. We're like, man, these kids are freaking awesome. Like they were singing, like it was one singing after, and then another singing, and then another one singing, and then the instructor was saying all these awards that they've won, and that they were gonna go compete in nationals. They were going to New York for they were gonna go play at some auditorium in New York, and they were gonna go compete. And hearing their parents, I was like, dude, I thought about you because I know your kids did mariachi.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, like listening to these kids, I was like, man, just imagine how it is as a father, bro.
Yeah, dude, and the lessons they learn, like. Music sparks up these other neurons, right, in your brain that sometimes don't get exercised, especially if you're not doing that, right? Man, it's huge. The music, band, mariachi, dude, all that stuff is super good for the kids.
Yeah.
Highly recommend it. And not to mention, dude, mariachi here in the Valley we have so much talent, bro. They're always competing at the state level and national level.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
You
think
ever listen to like Roma Mariachi Band, bro? Psh. Or recently Sherryland, they have an amazing band, bro. Just like, dude, if I show you the videos, you're gonna be like, oh shit.
Yeah, they go
incredible.
off.
Yeah.
Yeah, these kids were going off, and I remember I sent a video to Paco. I was like, dude, we're gonna get these kids to perform at the fishing tournament.
Yeah, at the awards dinner.
At the awards dinner.
Hey, we should support the.
Yeah.
Dude, any school would love like some kind of donation for that because the mariachi programs, they don't get money.
Yeah.
The money goes to football.
Yeah. And they were actually asking for donations to go to the trip, and it was kind of like my brother was like, "Allá entre nos," like shouting what he wanted to hear, and the instructor was like, "Sorry guys, these kids are in high school. We can't really be asking them what you want to hear. Where this is not a, it's not your local pub, blah blah. But if you want to throw 100," and my brother's like, I got 100. He's like, I entre nos, and I don't know what. He's like, well, we're taking donations. He starts explaining that they're going to go to New York, whatever. Boom, throw money, bro. Like, everybody was like, hey, everybody's throwing money in. They filled up this bucket with, like, 20s and whatever people were throwing in. Yeah. But it was pretty cool, man. And I sent the same video I sent on the board chat. I sent it to Baco, and I was like, let's get these kids to perform at the fishing tournament dinner. Yeah. Like, I want them to perform.
For sure.
Yeah.
Dude.
Oh, I had that video, and I played it on my phone, listened to it, and then I connected my phone to my car Bluetooth, played it again, and turned it up, because they were really good, man.
They're freaking good. I was like, man, and I don't know, just listening to their parents and how happy they were, I was like, man, it's crazy, bro.
That fishing tournament's turning out pretty good, isn't it?
It's going to be, for the inaugural tournament, it's going to be a lot of fun, man. I mean, initially we started this off talking about, hey, we'll get 30, 35 boats, have a great little event. We're up to like 60 boats right now. And we haven't even started taking in open registrations from people that I know are going to enter or just the general public. So it's going to be, if I was to guess, I'd say at least 80 boats in this tournament, probably more than that. And I think we're going to get to a point where, because we've only got the second floor of Louis' backyard, that we're going to have to open up to the outside of the second floor and then start telling people they can't come to the awards dinner because there's no space.
Yep.
Which is a good problem to have.
We're basically just going to have to block off the island, bro.
I mean, that was step 2, right? It's just take the block north and the block south and say we're taking that up.
I have a feeling here in the next, 5-10 years, Baco's going to, pack the whole island, bro.
I mean, it's been a phenomenal response from the
really
membership.
has.
I mean, I told Mario, I said, hey, just
Yeah.
put this flyer, ask people for sponsorships. Here's what we're going to need to run this to be able to make it successful. And within the first 5 minutes, he called me. He's like, dude, we got 10 sponsors
It's because
already.
I started calling people, and to all our members in SCBA, I'm beyond grateful with all you guys, not just for being members, but for always supporting SCBA. And I mean, dude, I got how many sponsors? I remember I was at the ranch and I was working.
Annoyed.
I was working.
It was a Saturday, Ronnie. A Saturday I'm at the
I'm
office.
working,
I'm trying
bro.
To put something together, and I'm working on the flyer for him and getting some stuff done.
I knew I was annoying your
add
ass.
this sponsor. Add this sponsor. Mario, I can't finish the flyer unless you just stop telling me to add people on there.
And I'm like, where the fuck's the flyer?
Hey, and by the way, hurry up.
Yeah, but see, one of the cool things about this tournament that I was surprised we were able to manage is you've been to Louis' Backyard before, right?
Yeah.
Have you ever had their buffet?
Yes, bro, and it's actually
Like $35,
great.
all you can eat Alaskan snow crab, man. All you can eat peeled
Oh,
shrimp,
they have
cooked
prime
shrimp,
rib,
hush
bro.
pup,
Oh,
everything. Shit. And everybody that fishes in this tournament is going to get that buffet for free at the awards dinner. Everybody for free.
Are we doing
No
dinner?
cost.
Are we doing dinner at the captain's meeting?
No, at the captain's meeting we're doing hors d'oeuvres, fried foods, finger foods, so
Okay.
fried shrimp, hush
Okay.
puppies,
No dinner,
fries,
captain's meeting.
No.
Okay. Dinner is the weigh-ins,
At
right?
the awards dinner.
Oh, at the awards.
Right, so
at
the
awards
weigh-in
center.
ends at 2 p.m.
Okay.
The dinner starts at 6, so it gives people time to go home and shower and change and
Good,
clean up because
good.
I get off the boat and I'm stinky. You know, you've seen that before.
Yeah.
So we go home, we shower, we change, we get cleaned up, and then we go back to Louis' Backyard at about 5:30, 5:45. Have the second floor booked. It's air conditioned, so it's going to be hot outside. We're not going to worry about that at all. Dinner served at 6:15 or so, and you get the buffet.
Here's what's great, right? Because normally after all these tournaments, like people go and do their own thing. They go to a bar or whatever. We're
walk
having
outside.
it at the bar.
Yep.
Yeah.
We're just gonna like circumvent all that and have it at the bar. So nobody needs to go anywhere. It's gonna be a badass time, dude. I'm so excited.
Let me tell you, I'm gonna add another one on top. He came up with this idea that we're gonna explain your idea.
Oh, I got the one this morning?
Not just that, but
Which one?
The other one, the one where we're gonna be raffling stuff away.
Oh, the main tournament.
Yeah, because
So, I mean, I fished a lot of tournaments, right? And what happens historically is
he's Lieutenant Dang.
there are like 150 boats in these big tournaments that enter the tournament, and then at the end of the tournament, when you weigh your fish in, you know if you've won or not. So these tournaments plan these extravagant award ceremonies, but nobody ever really attends them because they didn't win, so they just pack up and go home. What we're doing differently, and I don't even know how we'd come up with this, but it was just an idea I had, and I pitched it to a couple of people that fished, and they said, hey, dude, that's pretty cool. You should do that. So for those that fish, there's a Calcutta bet, right, where they normally draw a fish size, like a 25-inch red, and that's what you want to catch for some money. We're doing that Calcutta, which is a side bet. And then we're doing the main tournament. If you catch a fish that's plus or minus 1 inch from what's ever drawn in the Calcutta, you get a ticket for a raffle. So if they draw, for example, a 25-inch redfish, we'll just stick with that number. Your team can bring in as many as they want, which is up to 3 redfish per person, your daily bag, that are redfish between 24 and 26 inches, which is plus or minus 1 in the 25. If I, as a fisherman, bring in 3 fish in that slot, I get 3 raffle tickets.
Nice.
At the awards dinner, we're taking a bucket that have all those tickets in it that were disseminated, and we're drawing for raffle prizes. But we're not talking about like a cookie box. I mean, we're talking about $400 or $500 Yetis that we're raffling off.
Yeah.
Just a bunch of prizes
Dude,
that are going to make it worth your while.
Bro.
Yeah.
Great idea. Support it 100%.
Yeah, so if, people go and say my team has 5 people on it, we get 7 or 8 tickets. We're going to the awards dinner because there's a chance we can win 7 or 8 Yeti coolers, AirPods, Roomba vacuum cleaner, barbecue pits, all sorts of really cool stuff. And it's new, it's different, and I think it's going to be successful for us because it's going to give everybody impetus to go out there. I've got 5 tickets, man, must be present to win. So if I don't show up, I can't get those prizes.
It's going to be a good time, bro. I'm
Yeah.
super excited.
That combined with the free buffet, man, come on.
No. Let him tell you the
and
last
the award
one.
assembly's at the bar. Like, come on, man.
Let him tell you the last one, bro.
Which
Check
one?
this one out. The one for the builder.
Oh, so this morning I was drinking coffee, and I'm texting Mar at 7:30. I'm like, "God, still
We
in
start
bed,
chopping
but-
it up early, bro. We're like, hey, yo.
I hope you're up early right now, Barry, but like, hey,
Wake
what
the
if
fuck up?
What if we had a special fish category just for the builders in the STBA, right? And whichever builder wins that category gets a free entry into the Gallery of Homes.
Ooh.
And Mario's
Ooh.
like, dude, let's do it.
Ooh.
I was like,
I'm
let's
all right,
fucking
let's
do it.
That's fire, bro.
Yeah.
So we're going to
That's
have
huge.
a category that these builders are all going to compete in by default. They don't have to put in anything to compete in it other than just sign up for the tournament. And
Yeah.
whichever builder wins that one category, we can't say what it is yet, but I already know. You can give me 7 or 8 beers and I still won't tell you. He's
about
going to get
tequila?
a free entry into the gallery, which is in October. So it still gives them, June, July, August, September, October, 5 months to plan and to utilize it.
Hey, that's a big one, dude. Because that's a $2,000 win
Value.
right there.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's a value of $2,000.
Dude, I'm excited. That's going to be great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Con madre.
Yeah, I hope I hope that everybody goes out there and has a great time. And thank you so much to all the sponsors that we've had. Like Paco said, we're like at 60 boats, a little bit over already, and I think we've only been promoting for a week and a half.
Yeah. Yep.
Dude, that's great. Let's all keep in mind. Fucking, that's awesome. let's all keep in mind that, right, we're a nonprofit organization, and so this money gets used for
promotional
for workshops, for promotions. Obviously, we gotta keep our EO on payroll.
Yeah.
We've got to make sure Paco's getting our website done and all that stuff.
Yes.
So it's all money that we use to continue to grow the organization forward.
Plus, let me interject real quick,
ahead.
because one of the things I had mentioned to Mario when we first started talking about doing this fishing tournament was, hypothetically speaking, what if it gets to be as big as it could get, and where it becomes a massive fundraiser for you guys. Yeah. I'd like to see a lot of the profits from this going to that project you guys have where you start rebuilding homes for people that are in dire need of it. You did repairs on, was it a veterans home a while back?
We did it. We did a veterans home, and that was a great. That's great for our community. We also, and so yes, we want to keep doing that. It's part of our mission statement. And then the next board that comes in at the end of the year, we're going to make sure that they know what our mission statement is and they follow it.
Yeah.
Because that's what's going to make sure that we're keeping everything moving forward. But yes, for that. But also, we need our own building, man. We've had an organization here in the Valley for the last 30, 40 years. And we don't have anywhere to go meet. We have to pick places like this and ask people to lend us their place, right? We're builders. Like, we should build our own, and we're gonna need some money for that. But I think it'll be huge for our community, especially because we can do we can do workshops for not just our builders, but also for our community. Hey, you want to learn how to buy a home? What are the
Come over
steps?
here.
You want to learn
let us
how to
teach
get
you.
going?
Well, you can also integrate some co-working space so people can go have contracts signed if they don't have an office and their model home's been sold. And I've always thought that's an excellent idea and should certainly be implemented. It's going to take a little bit of time and work and obviously money, but hey, I mean, that's ultimately what you guys should probably, gear to accomplish here in the next 5 years, 4 years.
That is ultimately, man, I'm going to be on here until we get that done, right?
Yeah.
And I'm going to be pushing that forward until we get that approved by the board so that we can start funding it.
And one of the things that I mean, let's not forget, we're setting the foundation of all these events to start, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, this is the actual first year that STBA is going to have all these events in order to raise money for the organization outside of membership. But there wasn't this before. I think we only did the when I threw the golf tournament. Other than that, like, this is the first time, and I mean, that's why I'm not trying to toot anyone's horn, but that's why I searched for the best.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When we
Are you talking about me?
I mean, you got to see this guy fish, bro. It's
Stop,
crazy. It's
Do you
crazy,
fish at all
bro.
or not?
I haven't in a while.
No?
I'm not a fisherman, bro. I'm not gonna tell you that I am not.
We should try to get all the builders out there, bro. And if some of them don't get a boat, like, hey, well, if anybody's got any spaces open, maybe they can.
I mean, guys, McCoy's, Sarsky, and 57 Concrete each have 5 boats.
There's no reason a builder shouldn't. Every builder shouldn't be at the island. Like,
Yeah.
So how does it work? They have 5 boats, but you got to bring your own boat. Or
No.
just-
No, so the sponsors, for example, get 5 free entries into the tournament. So McCoy's has 5 boats that they can choose to either give to their employees or if they want to give them to people that have purchased product from them just to support that relationship, they can. And
Yeah.
they say, okay, here's a free entry from us to go join this STBA fishing tournament, and then it's going to be on you to go find a boat if you don't already have one, and then up to 5 people that can fish with you to help you out.
So Paco has a website where you can go and they'll tell you what guides are available on those dates.
Nice.
So if you're looking for a guide, which would be the most economical thing to do, get your guide already, set him up for those dates so that therefore you can align yourself with him like, hey, we're going to get picked up here or whatnot. And that's their job, is to make sure that your boat is ready to go.
Yeah, if you don't know anybody with a boat and you've got to rent a guide, I would highly recommend you start doing that now, because come that weekend, the guides are all going to be booked. They're all going to be booked.
Yep. I agree.
Yeah, it's good. You better be out there, bro.
You should, man. Yeah, at least go to Louis' backyard and hang out with us.
Right.
We gotta put it out there, bro. All the builders gotta be there. Like, they gotta be there. This is your organization. This is your alliance. Like, you gotta go.
Yeah.
Well, if anybody needs a +1, good.
Put me on.
It's just me.
It's just me.
It's just me. Literally, so that's the company. I am the company. I do every single thing. I even told you, I stopped by at your place at the Gallery Homes, and I was like, hey, what do I do next? Like, it's me. Who do I got to focus on next to grow my company?
Yeah.
Because I do payroll. I am day in, every day at the job sites.
Let me ask you this, because we were touching on this, or you guys were touching on this at the beginning of the conversation, where you have somebody like your father that builds a business, right? You're building your own business right now, and I would think ultimately what a parent's hope is that one day what they've built and what they've struggled to build can be gifted onto their family to continue on when they're gone, right? Yeah. So is that something that you're, open to doing with your children? Should they get into construction?
If they're willing to do it.
Have you thought about it?
I've asked them.
Yeah. Right now they're saying no.
Yeah, they'll say no.
But I mean, they're 6 and 7 and 19. That's the last thing on my mind at that age is, I want to build some houses and make some money. I was like, I want to play with Legos and eat chocolate.
Yeah. That's basically the same shit.
Yeah.
Except you're building other
Marty's
shit.
like, that's what I do all day.
And chocolate is now alcohol.
Chocolate is
the same thing.
But yeah, I mean,
are they showing interest? Like your kids, any of them showing interest?
No,
Nah,
not at all. No.
And that's all right.
You've been doing the thing on your own for how long now, you said?
8 years.
8 years being self-employed?
Yes.
It's the biggest headache, isn't it? But it's the biggest blessing, too. I love it, man.
Exactly.
I mean, the freedom and the stress, they kind of level each other out, the yin and the yang. Because I'll catch myself on a Wednesday being like, hey, God, it's 75 degrees outside and sunny. There's no wind, man. I'm going fishing.
And I'm out.
and I'm done for the day.
Clock it out. I'm gone.
Nah, there's no freedom like real estate, man. Especially when you're your own boss, man. There really isn't. Like, I mean, I came across STBA and the decisions that the boards want to take STBA and I make sure I accomplish that and I move it the way I do. But it's the whole like being a builder and a real estate agent and all that stuff. Like, it's freedom, man. Like,
with the freedom comes responsibility, though, and that was the other thing. Because I'll give up a Wednesday, but I'll be back at the office Saturday morning, like I was when you were there, and I gotta get some stuff done because I skipped the day.
I was cutting grass at the ranch, and I was like, let me start calling. Like, I was like, all right, this guy can sponsor it, and this guy's like, I know I was annoying him because it was a Saturday, But
yeah, not that
he was. No, he was. I was like, I gotta get out of here, man.
And block pipes.
Yep. Yeah, my phone's dead.
Yeah.
But I got on a roll, bro.
Collar.
I got on a roll, man. Well, thank you for coming on the podcast, bro.
No, appreciate that.
So anyway, sorry. Before we
No, you're good.
So I know we talked about. Okay, so what's next? Have you hired anybody yet?
No,
Are you going to?
probably not.
Don't burn.
It's hard. Yeah, it's actually hard.
Yeah, don't burn yourself out, bro. Yeah. This job is very stressful. You're the middle guy to everybody. There's 9,000 parts that go into building a house, and if you're building, I don't know, you said 12, 14, whatever it was, think about that, right? You can only sustain that for so long, and the quicker you start teaching somebody, the quicker you're going to get to a point where you can actually take some time.
Well, you'll hit what's called the margin of productivity, where you can no longer build anything because your time is maxed out. And unless you hire somebody to shoulder some of the burden that you've got, you're going to find yourself stagnant and stuck there.
Yeah.
So if your plan's to grow, you've got to hire somebody, bring them on. But I get it. I mean, same situation, man. You worry about bringing somebody on board that's going to really screw you or put a bad image, and this is a company that you built and sweated for. So that fear, that apprehension, understand it completely.
Yeah.
But sometimes you got to just risk it for the biscuit,
You
just let go a little bit.
But you have guidance, bro. Like, seriously, you can come to me for any advice, and I know there's plenty of guys on the chat that you can, get some advice from.
Definitely. There's some guys that got some huge teams, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And they're I mean, it works for them.
Yeah.
My pop never really had a team. It was always just him and mom. And, now that we've gotten older, my brother takes care of the construction. I take care of all the sales. Everything still goes through Pop, like decisions being made for the company. But now we have our team. But, I mean, he groomed it, he groomed it since we were kids and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, he's never, and at one point he had 35 custom homes at one point, where he was building 35 custom homes at one point.
Kill
I'm
me
not
now.
even lying.
Shoot me now. You know what I mean? Like,
no, I'm being serious.
This might have been back in the 80s when customers weren't like they are today, I'd imagine, right?
Oh, my God.
I've heard some horror
Dude, that guy would
man.
travel. Dude, that guy would
even
travel. Dad spent his life on the road from Zapata all the way to Freer, Alice. I'm not even lying. That guy worked his ass off. That's why now, like, when he's like, hey, I want to go golf. Go golf, bro. Don't worry. But like, do whatever you want, bro. Like, we got you.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It is crazy. Well, good luck to your kids, man.
Yeah,
Good luck to your
yes.
kids.
And keep us posted, please. Yeah. I mean, you're in the chat, right?
For real, dude. Send in a chat, bro.
I
Like,
will a screenshot of the play area.
Yep.
It's awesome, though.
that is awesome, man.
I'm excited to
Congratulations on
see,
that.
10, 15 years from now. I'm a little older than some of these young cats that are building. 10, 15 years now when I'm in my 60s, you know. Like to see them doing well and growing their companies and seeing their signs, bro, that's going to be a satisfaction that's like, you know, it's going to be really cool.
Yeah. We'll see where everything goes from here, you know what I mean?
It's going to go great. I guarantee you, bro, STBA builders are going to just be naturally better than the rest because you've got access. It's
Look, access to knowledge.
Yep.
And with knowledge comes power.
And with power comes yeah, we can't say that.
He sends me a picture.
This is where I'm at.
He sends me a picture.
Hey, there's it.
Chilling. You go.
You gonna get your props on?
Oh man, you know I've had this conversation with him, and you know that's hardcore, man. He doesn't sugarcoat anything, and you know he's been through a lot, just like everybody has, right? So I'm waiting on him to make
We'll get him on,
that.
bro. We'll get him on. We're gonna get him on.
Yeah.
Like eventually, we're gonna get him on.
He has to. I'm on a mission. I really want to get all the builders on, bro. Like I really do. That's why you know you're the first builder we've had in a while. Triple R's coming on next week.
Oh, nice.
I want to have everybody, bro. I want to make sure that everybody gets their opportunity to just come on and be heard. And who, like, everybody knows a sign, everybody knows a name, but nobody really knows the person, you know. And we gotta get back to that. We gotta get people to know who the people are behind the names of the signs.
Hard worker, good dad, bro.
Yeah.
More power
You're a
to you.
great dad, bro.
Appreciate it.
You're a great dad, bro.
Yeah, I mean, you've made
commend
something
that.
from nothing, because from what you've grown up with to what you've made now is tremendous progress, man. Yeah. And, you know, every parent's dream is to teach their children not to make the same mistakes they did. So if you can give them that upper hand in life, they're going to be much better off than you are now, which is going to be an awesome thing, because imagine taking those stairs, you know, the steps up all the time.
Yeah.
We're rooting for you, bro.
Yep.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, and thank you for coming on the podcast, bro.
Appreciate it.
I know some guys are like, fuck, I'm nervous. And I'm like, nah, dude, it's all good.
Yeah, I had no advertising. I don't do anything. Like, if you look at my website, nobody knows who I am. So that's why I was like, oh.
Well, now they do.
Like, I already told them.
Yep.
Like,
Well, now I hope somebody does, bro. I hope somebody does. Did we get any likes, comments, and shares and stuff?
I
Oh,
commented.
nice.
I commented, I liked, and I shared.
make sure you share publicly. I learned that the hard way.
Yeah, yeah.
So, Killers,
bad, bro. We owe Jason, bro.
Killers Golf, Killers.
won like 8 times.
Oh well, for the people that don't know, before we press the button, we're actually at Killers Golf.
I got
so
a chance.
There's
so what you're saying is I got a chance, bro.
so-
You're gonna click the middle
Yeah.
of that thingy.
But hold on. Before you do, I just want to tell everybody where we're at. We're at Killers Golf, and today's raffle is 2 hours of free play on the simulators.
Nice.
Killers Golf is giving that away to the winner of the raffle.
Yeah.
It's equivalent to like $200. Okay, so it's you can bring a party of 5 to come play with you. So they're donating that to the STBA for the raffle. Once again, we're at Killers Golf, located on Nolana. It's a family-friendly environment. Yes, we're sitting at the bar, but they got food, they got all that good stuff. I just want to say thank you to them. Yeah, and Jason here is going to go ahead and press the button. We got quite a few people, so we'll see who wins this. Oh, I see Joey Andrade's in there. Oh no.
He's the winner.
Ronnie Cavazos.
We got a new one. Julio.
Julio, we expect the invitation, all of us.
Congratulations, Melissa.
Yes.
Yeah, these guys here at Killers, they, Ulises is the one that knows where there's good Wi-Fi, where there's not, and we've gone to different places, and like Ronnie said, we still don't have our own spot, so we're giving the opportunity to, we've been given the opportunity to take our podcast to different places, and they always open the doors. We look for the good Wi-Fi and the good drinks. All right, that's what it is right now. But
and importance in the reverse order.
Oh, and I tell you, the first time I was here was when we had that meeting, last year? This place is sweet, man, because I'm trying to pick up golf, right? And I go to the golf course, and I embarrass myself out there. I come in here and practice before I go out there and embarrass myself.
And you're amazing here.
Well.
no, here you're a pro. Here you're a pro, dude.
Here, I'll go with you, and you'll look good.
Oh, yeah, okay, good.
I'll make you look good.
I'll make you look good.
I always start at the first hole, and I'm just going to caddy you guys around.
Starts drinking.
I'll be the DD, drunk driver.
That's funny.
Yeah.
That's funny.
You bring your card in here with you.
Anything else you'd like to say before we shut off, brother?
No, I just appreciate it, man. I appreciate the group. I appreciate everybody.
Thank you, man.
Well, hey.
Thanks for being on board, dude.
Yeah, it was good talking to you.
Yeah.
Appreciate you.
Thank you to everybody that tuned in. Next week we have another podcast coming up with another builder. We're gonna have Randy and Natalie, right? If I'm not mistaken, they're gonna come on Triple R Construction, and we're gonna keep moving forward and keep bringing you some builders that are in our organization, just like Jason has been around since the very beginning, man. And we thank you, and I thank you for always going to the meetings, bro. I keep tabs of who's there and who's not, and I know that I can always count on you being there, bro. You go to everything we do, and I really appreciate that.
Thank you.
Thank you, brother. Thank you to everybody. God bless.
Bye.